Great point. The biggest thing, man, I'm gonna be honest with you from my perspective. I think building those relationships, and y'all and you, I know personally is great when doing that. Coming here and just letting people see, just see walking the neighborhood. Cause I mean, y'all know how it go. They gonna scope you out in the beginning. They want to see who's who. You know what I mean? They need to see you in uniform and out of uniform. I mean, they need to see the uniform because they need to respect you, right? But out of the uniform, they need to respect the person. And so I think initially just building those relationships, seeing who's who, da da da. And so now it's putting in the mindset, okay, it's some folk walking around now. Initially gonna be, okay, the popos here, you can't be doing. That's gonna be the first thing. But when you start having conversations, it's gonna go to a whole nother level. My name is William Miles. I'm the CEO of the Albany Housing Authority, and I'm so grateful and delighted to be partnering with the Albany-Doherty County Youth Unit, with the law enforcement here, to do some great things here in this community. We're grateful to have this partnership because what it does is provide opportunities for the youth that sometimes go overlooked. A lot of times when you think about law enforcement, especially during this time, a lot of times kids think negative. Right now is a great opportunity for them to see something other than some negative connotation in which is spurred through media. Right now to get a real opportunity to meet law enforcement officers, talk with them, build relationships with them, and that's what we call real community policing.
The reason for this unit is basically, it's simple, to show them, the youth in the community, that we care, that we love them. Basically, we're not focused on one entity, whether it be youth sports or whatever. We're focusing on all entities. But the main entity that we're focused on is bridging the gap between the community and the police. We want to tap into the youth. We want to tap into whether they're athletic, whether they're artistic, or whatever their goals may be. We're gonna do STEM. We're gonna do performing arts, music, just art in general, youth athletics, everything bottled up into one. So it's a historical moment for the city of Albany and for our law enforcement here in Doherty County. This is actually the area I used to live in. I didn't actually live in this housing area, but I stayed right up the street, 2 houses down, in this yellow house right here. Well, it's not yellow anymore, it don't look like it. It's more of the greenish one right here. But we used to hang out here. We used to live here, that house right there. And it was a skip and a hop from Carver Community Center. This is baseball field, swimming pool, the actual teen center right here. You would catch anywhere from 60 to 100 kids in and out of here. I mean, probably more than that if I'm not mistaken. But this was our hangout, man. This was our hangout. We lived in this area for a long time. Because actually, when I was smaller, there aren't any houses there now. It's a big open lot right here, but there were houses there that we stayed in. And when we lived in them, man, we used to walk right over here to, as you see, the teen center, as we called it, and then Carver Pool. And then you had this area right here. Pull up in here real quick. These bleachers right here are so familiar, so many memories. Get out of there, walk over here. Old stomping ground, as we like to call it. I was about between the ages of 10 and maybe 12. We used to come over here, and in the morning, if we got here early, we would all congregate around these bleachers right here. Sit out here and laugh and joke and do all this stuff, and then once they open up, walk between those gates, you go right here to the right. They had showers in here where you would have to wet yourself down, and then you go out here. And based on your age group, that's where you would learn. If you were a beginner, you would all meet at the 3 feet to get the basic stuff. If you were a little more intermediate, then you met at the 5 and the deep end, and you learn how to swim. all of this stuff used to be booming, man. Those tennis courts right there used to have the older people that would come out here and play tennis. There were basketball goals, which they're on this side now, but they were on the other side of this tennis court right here. And there were 4 goals, and we would play ball all day. We would play ball all day. If it was a day where, you know, we didn't feel like swimming, about 5:36, we would come out here when the sun got a little low, shoot ball all day, go home at 9. And usually, you think about it now, that's a whole day. You've gotten up from 8 to 12 to come for swimming lessons, right? So you leave and you go home after you eat lunch. Take your little nap or chill out or whatever. You and your friends may come back to the pool after 1. It was only a quarter to swim. Then after that, you leave there and then you say, okay, well, we feel like shooting ball. So we go take off all that wet stuff, come right back to this area and shoot ball for the rest of the day till about 8:30, 9 o'clock. That's what we're trying to push to bring back. That's what the Albany Doherty Youth Unit wants to see. That's our goal, you know. And not only just focus on stuff like this, we want to focus on, you know, like we've been screaming before. You know, all kids don't like to swim. All kids don't like to shoot ball. Some of them are just, they like academics. So that's where your STEM program comes in. You know, the goal is to have an area where these kids can come and grow socially, mentally. They can build a legacy here, or come back and build a legacy after they leave and graduate and go to college, and they're coming back building that legacy that we all want to see.